All right, all right. We are back to our last segment. Terry decided to stay on with me. To my shows over. We're having such good conversation here on Mind Your Business on Support District Radio. Tune in from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every Tuesday. You can download the app, Support District Radio, where you can find me on My Phoenix Radio, Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it's time for questions. We've been talking with you guys here for the last hour or so. We talked about a lot of stuff.
Right.
We've talked about business, entrepreneurship, for-profit, nonprofit, doing good business, what integrity means, what having a good reputation is about, why people need to be proactive in meeting people, getting out there to networking events to connect with others. We've talked about a lot of stuff. So we want to hear from you guys now. If you guys want to chime in and, give us some of your thoughts on business, some of your struggles. Let us know what you guys do, where you guys are at, what city or state you're calling or watching from. And let's do some interacting. I like to interact with people. People get together and want to just look at each other.
Right.
And I'm like, no, let's interact. Let me see your personality. Let's really get to know one another. Andy Dre, what's up, Andy? Thanks for tuning in. He's always catching my shows here and there, my Facebook Lives. We got to get a coffee chat going on here one of these days.
Yes.
Who you got watching on your end?
Well, I got one question from my wife. She said, what motivates you?
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. What motivates you?
What motivates me is legacy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I grew up extremely poor, so I felt like if I'm going to be on this earth, then I need to really change the dynamic of my family, financially, because
the trajectory.
A lot of people say oh, money's not everything. It's not everything, but it takes care of a lot, you know what I mean? And I grew up sleeping on the floor in our apartment, until I was probably in the 6th grade. And like I said, I didn't know I was poor until I came to Arizona.
Well, you don't know what you don't know.
Right, exactly.
That was normal for you.
Right, exactly. So seeing that, there is a better life out here, there is a better way to live, and you can have more and do more is what really motivates me. And because early on, I only had uncles and things like that were teaching me, but coming to a new place and seeing that was man, you have to produce, and that's what it ultimately boils down. I want to be a producer in life.
Producer too.
Yeah, I want to be somebody that can produce results, and I've always been a coach. That's why I coach basketball. I coach people on how to get results from their dogs. I coach people in their finances. At heart, I'm just a coach, and that's what I love to do. I love to go out and coach people on the stuff that I know that can enrich their lives.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I think I'm motivated by the same thing. I definitely feel like I'm motivated by legacy. I'm motivated by being a change agent, right? Being the change that I wish to see. Being able to, like you said, produce.
Right.
All my interactions are intentional.
Right.
I know that with brain power and working together, we can create results.
Absolutely.
And I'm definitely result oriented. I want to know, what are we going to do? What is this interaction for?
Right.
You know what I mean? I like to laugh too.
Right.
And I think that's, the beauty about doing business, right? You get to really get to know people.
Right.
And you can be yourself. You know what I mean? And you can do business and still have fun.
Right.
I have fun with everybody that I interact with for the most part.
No, for sure. That's what it's like. If you're not having fun in business, you'll fade out.
What's up, Leo? Leo, chiming in. What's up, Leo? Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, what's going on, Leo? Yeah, you got to have fun in business. That's why you do it. It gets stressful at times, but at the end of the day, it's because it's fun. It's something you enjoy. And it ultimately, it is who you are or who you're trying to become. You know what I mean? And you have the opportunity in business to do or be whoever you want, and that's
the thing about making yourself.
Exactly. There's a saying everybody's self-made, but only the rich will admit it. You know what I mean? And
that is so true.
Yeah. So, and that's what I love about being an entrepreneur, being in business, being a coach, is that I can only coach people to the level I am.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's
and
true.
It pushes me. If I want to continue to coach, I got to continue to push and get better and grow. And I love that part. I love being a student of life. So that's what really motivates me. You know, I can just be who I want to be and not be ashamed of it and say I'm an entrepreneur, but it's helped me grow and become better in life, you know. So
I'm in agreement with that. I definitely feel like it definitely teaches you about life.
right, for sure.
It does teach you about life,
Right.
and it definitely shows you that it is a numbers game.
Right,
You know, and you can use those numbers for you or against you.
right. I mean, you know, you take the law of averages, you know, and if I'm only talking to 10 people a week about my business, then I can count that I may get one consultation, you know. But the law of averages holds you to a standard, you know. It holds you accountable to life, you know. And you know, if I need X amount of dollars, I have to produce X amount of results, and this is how I go about it. And then you have to be disciplined enough to go in and do those things, those activities, reaching out to people, talking to people to get those results. And that's what life is. It's about being disciplined, you know. It's about being deliberate in your actions, being deliberate with your time, living on purpose. You know what I mean?
Living intentional and living on purpose.
Right.
That's so true. And it's like the job is like a handicap, essentially. Right. It kind of handicaps you.
If you fall in love with it, you know, if you fall in love with that security. But again, how secure are you when somebody else dictates your life? You know, they tell you when you're supposed to be there, when you're supposed to leave. If they ask more of you, but they don't want to pay more, then you have to question who you are as a person. Am I somebody that likes being told what to do on a consistent basis, or do I need to branch out and be by myself and do my thing? And I feel like once you realize that about yourself and who you are as a person, you'll be much more happier. You know, like I know people that love the structure of a job. They like knowing where that next paycheck's coming from.
Yeah.
And if you're happy with that, I mean, I commend you 110% because you found your groove in life. You found what you love, and
you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if that's who you are, phenomenal. But if that's not who you are, then you need to step out your comfort zone and grow and do the things that's going to help you become the person you ultimately want to be. Yeah.
That is so true. And some of us are scared. We're scared.
Man, I was terrified when you have that conversation with yourself before you even tell your spouse or whoever else you gotta run it by before you say I'm gonna quit my job. Like, that conversation within yourself is scary, man. Like, you
can I really do it?
Can
I really
you handle
do it?
Yeah. Where's the money gonna come from? Like, you know, you're your own worst enemy when it comes to taking that step. But I mean, since the minute I've done it, I've never been in lack. I haven't. You know, when I don't know where that next client is coming from, it comes, you know, so, but also, too, like, even if I have $0 in my account and I'm broke, I can take solace in the fact that it's because of me. It was either my lack of production, my lack of skill, and these are all things that I can improve upon to not...
You have control over.
Exactly, versus I work 40 hours a week, I don't really have much more time, but yet I'm still... $0 in my account. Like, there's nothing I can do but go ask my boss, can I have a raise? Which is probably going to be like, it hasn't been a year yet since your last one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Exactly. You're so funny.
Right.
You got to wait it out.
Right. Or cut spending somewhere.
Cut spending.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got to do that in entrepreneurship.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's all about, oh, my thing came out. Oh, there we go. I'm back. It's all about being able to take inventory.
Right.
You know what I mean? Inventory in all areas. Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you control it. So if you have to cut inventory, you have to cut inventory. You know, if you don't, you don't. But you have the control to be able to do it and have...
Say that you want to do that.
That you want to do it, you know? Like, for me, my biggest thing was there's no way, like, I'm killing myself at a job that I don't like, that I don't want, but I'm still broke. Like, that makes zero sense to me. And it would frustrate me, it would stress me out.
And then you're projecting.
Exactly.
Now you start projecting because you can't go off on your boss.
Right. Right.
So let me go off on the people I can go off on.
Right.
They ain't gonna say nothing.
Right. Like, who's my punching bag, which is usually your spouse, because
yes.
you know they're not going nowhere,
right,
or it's your
right.
kids, and you're putting all this negative energy
Yeah.
on the people you love
That's
because
right.
of a job you don't want, you don't like. You
That's
know
so
what I mean?
true. It's so true. Well, we're on Mind Your Business, talking about business, obviously, how to incorporate your life as your business,
Right.
why it's important to get into business, capitalism, if you have a chance or the opportunity to. We're in financial services. Inflation's going up. Cost of living is not going down. People think that when you get into retirement, the cost of living goes down, but it actually increases. It increases. You need to have more money when you get older,
Right.
not less money. And so in order to combat that, we have to get into capitalism. We have to get into entrepreneurship. We have to figure out more ways to make money,
Right.
different lines of income, different marketing strategies,
Mhm.
so that we can increase our income, change our trajectory, and make a better future for ourselves.
Right. Can I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So whenever you're thinking about your life and your financial situation or your plan or whatever you want to do, there's three things you got to ask yourself. What if I live too long? What if I die too soon? Or what if I get sick? Those are the three questions you got to answer when any plan you put together, financially, in business, or whatever. You have to have those exit strategies, So
What is it? What if I die too young?
what if I die too soon?
Too
What
soon.
if I live too long? And what if I get sick?
Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure those three questions are answered. How do you do that? If you live too long, you want to make sure that you have enough assets and enough things producing income for you to live off of. What if you die too soon before your investments and your assets have time to mature? You can do that with a life insurance policy. What if I get sick? Well, you have health insurance, but there's also other things you can do
Disability.
to hedge against
Mhm.
if you get sick for a period of time,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then you want to ask yourself, how do I do that on a tax-favored basis? Then that's another question in itself. So if you guys have questions on these, like reach out to Shasta, reach out to me. I'm CEO White on Instagram, on Snapchat. You can find me Terry White on Facebook. I have a business, you can find me, right? So if you have any of these questions,
See him at the next Connected Out events, hopefully.
Exactly.
Meet him in person.
Yeah, for sure. And I love meeting people. Like that's another thing in business. Like, again, I'm not shy, but like if you come and I'm like, hey, how's it going? It's just because it's self-imposed stuff. You know what I mean?
I think our first initial meeting is needed. It's a buffer, right? Because we're not meeting to necessarily do business right away.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're reading to get a read on each other, to vibe with each other. You know what I mean? And I
See
think
if we're a fit for each other.
Yeah, and I think people forget that part.
Right.
You know what I mean? They forget to put that buffer in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, see if you want to do business with me first.
Well, see if you even like me. Like,
Yeah.
put this, like, can we have a growing relationship?
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
And, but again, going back, we got to start living more intentionally. I think a lot of times we just go day by day and we look up and we realize that time waits for no man. And you had all these goals and all these things you wanted to achieve, but yet it's 5 years later and you haven't taken the first step, and it's just because you let life happen to you. But we got to be more intentional in our finances, in our health, in our relationships with our family, with our kids. We got to go on a personal development tour with yourself. You got to be self-aware of who you are as a person. Where do you want to go? What things can I do to get to the person I want to be? And I think that's what's going to ultimately enrich your quality of life. It's not all about the money, but if you're growing and you're moving forward, that's what's ultimately going to make you happy in life. It's not the material stuff. It's about growing as a person and being better than you were the day before.
And being fulfilled.
Right.
Being fulfilled.
If you're not going forward,
Going backwards.
you're going backwards. And a lot of people I'm happy where I'm at. Well, you're going backwards because
there's so much more that could be coming to forth.
And everything's always evolving. You
Yes.
know what I mean? And if you're behind, you're behind. Like you got to continue growing.
Don't stop growing.
Yeah.
Don't stop
It's
growing.
important.
That's
Important.
right. Well, you guys been listening in to Mind Your Business. We're on Support District Radio every Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I have my guest here today, Terry White, founder of White Heart Canine.
Right. Broker with Lifetime Financial Group.
Broker with Lifetime Financial Group, member of Connect the Dots. He will hopefully be at the next Connect the Dot event.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
So that he can meet you in person. But yeah, let's link up. Let's connect. You guys can find me. My social media handle is Shasta Broadus. On Instagram, I'm the Connect the Dots Network. My insurance, it get covered with Shasta. Let's talk about legacy planning. That's what I like to talk about. That's what I help people think through. Do you have your will in place? Do you have your trust in place? Do you know what you need to have in place to protect your business if you were to live too long, die too soon, or get sick? Do you have your things in place? Well, Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Have a great day.